Hello, and welcome to Somerset Highlander. So we've now planted the new plants to replace what had died. So you can see down here now we've got new catmint, and we also have over here some new catmint as well. And we've put them underneath here and up the pathway. So they're just replacing plants that just didn't come back this year. We've also had a new salvia that we've added in just in the middle here as well. So that adds a bit of height and colour. The problem we have had, speaking to our gardener designer, she said, yeah, that the earth's been really compacted by the scaffolding. So a lot of the plants either haven't survived or they're just struggling to get through the ground. So it's going to take a while for some of those to get through and start. So that's why everything's a little bit later in this little section. She's also said that we've definitely lost a couple of the Michaelmas daisy plants. They've just died, so we're going to have to get some new ones to replace that. So we have replaced the Amelanchier with the Sorbus rowan tree. And as you can see, it's a decent size actually, to be fair. We thought it was going to be a bit smaller when it arrived, but that's now been staked into the ground. I'll be like that for the next 2 years, assuming it survives. So it's got a reasonable height, but then if I swing round, you can start to see the size of the cherry tree, and behind it, the other rowan. They're starting to really grow. So compared to where the Sorbus is, these two are a lot further on. And I think that shows you how far the growth has gone, because these were only slightly larger when we planted them 2.5 years ago. So at the front of the fountain you can now see the grass that we've placed to replace the old one. As I said, it was our fault, we overcut it. So this one should also thrive. The old grass thrived there, so this one should as well. And then to the right you can see we've planted a hebe. Hopefully this one will survive. We have had issues with other plants surviving there. It's a bit of a funny one. So now you can see we've removed the box which had box blight, and we've replaced it with a hebe. And as we scan through to the left, you'll see the other replacement for the box with another hebe. So we know hebes like this sort of area, so I think they'll be more than okay. And this is the last main area that we've changed. We've added in some plants just to fill in the gaps for the plants we lost. And the big one that you'll see is the one in the corner. And to be fair, it really fills that space. Again, we just hope it survives. And then as we scan round, we've got a couple more plants just in there to fill the gaps. But this is going to be the big one. Let's hope it survives. So just a couple of days after I last filmed, you can also see the oxeye daisies are starting to come out by the pond, and they add a welcome sort of colour and height and vegetation, and they're starting to do really well. And in the pond itself, as I move over, we're starting to get the lily pads come through now on the larger lily pad, but also we're starting to see, it's hard to see in the shadows here, but we're starting to get these plants I put in last year. These are smaller lily pads, but they're coming through nicely as well. So now we've removed the stakes from the tree. So the foxglove is in splendid isolation with the tree. And as you can see here, this is a branch that has sadly snapped, and that is because of a second fat pigeon sitting on a branch that can't take its weight, and it has managed to ruin the second branch of our hawthorn. So this is going to have to get cut shortly, but we just thought we'd leave it for the blossom to finish.